De'Aaron, how does it feel to get the first win of the season, get the light the beam, and get to start this road trip on a good note?
It's definitely great to get that first one out the way. Obviously, we felt like we dropped one the first game of the season, but getting a win before going on a long road trip it's always good.
Fox, I'm curious what you think of, achieving that 10,000-point mark. Sacramento's only had 2 guys do it in their Sacramento era, 5th in the franchise history.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I forgot that I was actually close. But to do it at home and obviously to do it in a win makes it, even that much more special. So not a lot of people get to do that. And obviously the average span of an NBA career is like 3.5, like literally one contract. So being able to be blessed to be in the league that long and being able to put the ball in the basket that many times is definitely a blessing.
Certainly there's no level of panic on your guys' end, but DeMar was talking about needing a sense of urgency, called it mandatory to get this win before this road trip. Just how did you look at coming into today and what you guys were able to achieve?
Yeah, we had to play desperate. Obviously, you don't want to start a season 0-3, obviously, and then 2 of them being at home. So we couldn't let, obviously, a younger team come in and outwork us, and obviously they were on a back-to-back, but, we have one tomorrow, and that's you never want that to be an excuse. If the ball doesn't go in, then the ball doesn't go in, but being outworked is something that you can't, just come in and let somebody do, especially not at home.
De'Aaron, this is Game 3. How do you feel like you guys are meshing, and how difficult is it to have sort of a couple of pieces gone during preseason and then such a big piece moving in DeMar?
I mean, I think offensively, I think it still works and it still flows because we have guys that can shoot the ball and we have guys that can pass the ball and get to their spots. So I feel like offensively, it hasn't really been that hard for us to mesh. I think big thing for us is defense. Obviously, whenever we're getting defense, we look like a whole different team. I think when we were playing Minnesota, when we played LA, when we were able to string stops together, I think it makes our offense look even greater. And then obviously people are talking about chemistry, but I think it all starts on the defensive end for us.
Kind of building off that, Fox, the first half was pretty muddy in terms of shots not falling, and I thought this was one of the more complete wall-to-wall defensive performances that you guys have had over the last handful of years. To be able to win kind of a sloppy game like that and be able to sustain until your offense then woke up in the third quarter, how rewarding or encouraging is that for this group to win a game like that?
I mean, for us, obviously, we're not a big team by any means, but in Portland last year and already this year is attempting the most shots at the rim. So I mean, our first 3 games we played 3 teams who really attacked the paint. So they were a huge test for us, and I think we're getting better by the game. And obviously, you want to continue that going forward, but I think that's kind of where it lies. Obviously, you want to continue to guard the 3-point line well, but for the most part, guarding the 3-point line starts with guarding the ball and then guarding the paint first.
Fox, you guys shot, I want to say 62% in the third quarter, 6 of 10 from 3. I don't know, was that maybe the best that has kind of felt for you guys so far? And how did you kind of get in that rhythm there after a sluggish first half?
I think touching the paint. I think that's where a lot of them come from. Obviously, Jay always talks about spray threes. I don't know if all teams track it, but whenever we keep track of how many times a team touches the paint, what their point per possession is, and how many times they don't touch the paint, and how many points per possession those are. And usually, whenever we're allowing teams to touch the paint, their points per possession skyrocket. So I think in that third quarter, we were able to touch the paint and just made offense a whole lot easier for ourselves.
Obviously, it's not news to you, but the way that DeMar gets to the line, just what stands out to you watching of what makes him so successful with that, and how much does it help your team?
Yeah, I mean, he does it so effortlessly. Sometimes it looks like he's like walking to a spot, and then obviously people are thirsty to try to get steals, get a deflection. People want to block his shot so bad and start jumping. So. The way he does it, I mean, he just makes it look so easy and so unforced. And whenever your offense isn't really in the rhythm, everybody always says, try to get to the free throw line, try to get a layup, try to get an easy one, and he's able to do that for us.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Fox.
Yep.